Hello YouTube! We are back at it again with another video, and today we are going to be watching Let's Game It Out. I've seen his videos before, and honestly, I can never figure out what's going on in that man's mind. He always knows how to make crazy creations, so I have high hopes for this one. We're going to be watching him play Shapes 2. So yeah, let's just see what crazy things he can get to. So with that being said, if you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, along with clicking that bell notification, as it helps me with the almighty algorithm. And I'll see you there. All right, let's go. Anyway, that being said, we are going to be watching Let's Game It Out. We're going to be watching him play Shapes 2. Now, this guy is honestly very entertaining, and the way how he plays games, it honestly impressed me, because a lot of the things that he does, I probably wouldn't even think to do. And if I'm being honest, he's kind of the best video game tester out there, you know? At least in my opinion, he'd be the best, because he does things on such a grand scale, and they're so crazy, and you wouldn't even be able to think that you could do this. He just always thinks huh, what if you could do it like this, and then he does it like that. You know, sometimes the game doesn't intend it that way, but he still figures out a way to do it. But I've seen his Satisfactory stuff, and it honestly, I am a firm believer that if if it wasn't for Let's Game It Out, Satisfactory wouldn't be as optimized. Excuse me. Satisfactory wouldn't be as optimized as it is right now, because they quite literally use his game save to optimize the game. He did so many crazy things that just made the game so laggy that the devs of the game reached out and asked for his save file so they could just optimize the game. Which is, you know what? Props to them. That's an amazing way to go about that. Just tell people to do, just have people Let's Game It Out here to do crazy things, and then just ask for a copy of their save file just so they can optimize it. You know, see what's making it lag and just optimize it, which is great. But yeah, all right, let's not waste any more time. Let's just let's put that music on pause.
Man, to hear your voice as a siren call to lull me to sleep. A rare treat indeed.
Are you saying that I'm boring enough to put you to sleep? Is that what you're saying? Because that's what I feel like I'm getting. That's what I feel like I'm getting here from you. My voice as a siren call to lure you to put you to sleep. Is that what it is? I'm just playing, by the way. All right. Hope you have a good sleep. Anyway, let's stop. Okay, let's watch. Let's see how crazy it is with playing a factory building game. And we all know I love factory building games.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're checking out
No, because you're pleasant to listen to him. Oh well, stop it. Now you're just making me blush.
Shapes 2 today. Thank you, developers, for the key. And also, this video is sponsored by Stallcraft X. But more on that in a little bit. And look how fun this looks. Conveyor belts, trains, all getting sucked into a black hole.
Honestly, Shapes 2 is a really big upgrade from the Shapes 1 game. I know I never played Shapes 1, but I know it was a really big success, you know, because, you know, it's a factory building game. What factory building game isn't a success, you know? But Shapes 2 being able to go from 2D to 3D like this and have it look really, really good, this is pretty cool. This is definitely a major upgrade graphic wise.
I must have died and gone to heaven, and there's only one way to know for sure. New game! Here's how the basic setup is gonna go. We're gonna start on normal difficulty, and we're gonna start with operator certification, which more or less means messing with shapes kind of like this. Because I don't think I'm ready for this, or this, and especially not this. Let alone whatever these are. No, obviously.
I wasn't even aware those were shapes to begin with, you know? I thought that was just a random assortment of geometry.
Obviously, we need to be certified first. That way we'll all understand. Ah, good, and just like the real world, we have some paperwork we have to sign.
Oh boy!
Here's all you really need to know. Simply deliver the requested shapes as efficient as possible. That's it, which means we'll go straight to the signing. I will strive for efficiency and build no spaghetti factories. That's definitely a lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say I looks like I can't sign this, buddy, because I'm just gonna break that immediately.
Additionally, I will not damage any buildings. Also
That's also gonna be
a lie, but I need to
yeah, but that's also gonna be a lie because I'm okay. You know, I'm okay. I'm lie a little bit. I like to follow the rule of cool, but I also really like to be efficient.
click these things or else the continue won't pop up. Okay, here we are in the wild world of shapes. Right here in the middle is our delivery void thing. And as we collect stuff, we're gonna deliver it here. Straight into the vortex.
The
What
void.
will we deliver? And where will we find it? Well, the first things we need are all around us. Specifically, it's these things right here. In this case, it's a whole bunch of circles that at the moment are hiding from us and we need to extract them. Easy enough. We've got a tool for that. So basically, we take our extractor and we just run it over each one of these spots, and then ta-da, we've got little circles already emerging. And then we can go ahead and pair that with my favorite thing of all time, conveyor belts, to do a little something that looks like this. Ah, yeah, there it goes. I know it's super basic looking, but boy does it scratch that mental itch. Oh, but
Okay, first of all, yeah, he's right. It scratches that mental itch. Second of all, I've never played Shapes. Okay, I've only ever seen it. Question: I don't know if anybody in chat knows this, but do these cost resources, like to place the extractors and the conveyor belts? Do those place resources, or is this merely kind of like, just like a logistics puzzle game where you just, you know, deliver the requested shapes to, well, avoid? I so wonder.
the fun doesn't stop there. We can even erase one of these if we want to, and instead place a new one that's facing the other direction. Now we can do fun stuff like this. Look at that, we're already getting so efficient. And we're gonna need these circles because our first milestone is right up there. To complete that, we gotta take 10 of these and move them from here, across this gap right here, and then over to the void. That shouldn't be too hard at all. We'll just use these two belts since that should be enough. And look at that, they can just jump the gap like it's nothing. And just to keep it simple for now, we'll just do a straight line all the way into the hole. Couldn't
This looks
be
like
more
hockey pucks.
simple. And then before you
pew,
know
pew.
it, in
Reminds me
they
of air
go.
hockey.
Fly free, little shapes. That was so easy to get 10. Or as a Roman numeral, X. Hey, speaking of X, let's talk about our sponsor, Stallcraft X. Stallcraft X is the largest online game to be set in the vast open world of the Chernobyl exclusion zone. That's full of mutants, anomalies, and other oddities to discover. And you can discover all that.
He threw
for
that
free
flashbang right
on
back at him.
PC, both
He's blinded
solo
now.
or with friends. And the game just received some major updates. There's the new Northern storyline.
Okay, listen, I'm not gonna lie. This literally just looks like a Roblox game. just the way like the characters are designed and whatnot. To me, it just looks like a Roblox game.
Where you get to face the harsh conditions of brand new northern locations and pick a side among 4 different factions. There's even a new mechanism for clan wars and outposts for some really intense PvP.
That's a big jump. Are there superpowers?
That makes exploration.
Does the radioactive sludge from Chernobyl give you superpowers? That'd be pretty cool. I hope so.
More rewarding, as well as the arrival of personal shelters where you can rest and rebuild between tough battles, a brand new animation engine that's been developed over the last 2 years, the largest update to the graphics engine ever, and enhanced NPC intelligence for both smarter and more interesting interactions. So if you're looking to spend some time in the new and improved exclusion zone, there's a linky in the description to start playing right now for free. And also use code Let'sGameItOut24 for all these free in-game goodies. This code will work both for new players and those that haven't logged in for a while. And
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It looks kind of alright, but I still stand by my thing where just the way how the characters are, it just feels like a Roblox game. But obviously, it's probably not for Roblox.
thanks again to Stallcraft X for sponsoring.
Probably just download it off Steam, you know?
Okay, great. Now we've got 2 fun things to do. We got a full square and then a half circle. Full square is just as easy. We can see them right here just waiting for us. I'll try to utilize all 16 of these this time, with each one aiming a different direction. Then we'll go ahead and add a whole system of conveyor belts, all of which are going to make tons of sense. Oh, yes, they will. With everything eventually leading over here to the jump pads. Yeah, see, there we go. That's more like it. It couldn't be more simple. Things
couldn't be
pop
more
up, get
simple.
forced onto the conveyor belts.
Belt spaghetti already. We're only at milestone 2.
Everything is connected to everything else, and before you know it, everything eventually finds its way over here. That's really the important part. And each one of these gets connected to the end, where they make a journey across and all the way to their new home. And
I'm not gonna lie, this one right here, it's not connected to a lot. It's kind of like one of the last ones that get the squares. But it's just my observation. But you know what? Knowing him, he probably designed some of this to be
More
annoying
conveyor
and
belts.
convoluted.
Clearly, we have maximum efficiency going here. What with 3 of the belts being completely filled, and then this one that has
Yeah.
just one solitary piece every so often.
He just
I'm
points
sure
it
it's
out
not my
too.
fault for how I organized all this stuff. Surely this is peak efficiency.
Peak
And then before
efficiency,
you know it,
yes.
This one's done too. And now to deal with these half-size ones. This will be easy for us to fix with our convenient cutting tool. So all we need to do is divert one of these belts over to the side, and then we take one of our cutting conveyor belts, which destroys the west half of any shape, place it right there on the production line, and watch as it just
Snip.
cuts it in half. Well, that was easy.
Oh.
And then we'll just have this thing flip a Yui and just go right back onto the belt. Now, wait your turn. Next milestone coming through. And yeah, I could like make multiples of these. So we're cutting them a little bit faster, kind of like this, so that we can have a lot of production going on at the same time. But that sounds like a tomorrow problem. I'm a patient man. I can wait with just the ones we got. I mean, look at that. We're already at 16 delivered. And while that's going on,
Typical engineers sweep it under the rug and pretend it doesn't exist.
we gotta head back over here to the circles and do the same thing. Well, you know what we need to do, and that's make something beautiful as fast as we can.
Boy.
Also, check out this fun thing we can have. We can make our own little jumpy thing.
You can make your own launcher.
Entirely with sharing the load. And now that is a fully working, well, mostly working, something working machine. Let's grab one of these. We'll pull it off to the side. And actually, let's grab this one too. And what the hey, how about this one too? Add a couple of cutting things.
Well, that's from the
Watch
same
as
line,
it
but
makes
okay.
the magic for us, and then send it all back over so that they can join all their friends getting shot into the void. There we go, another milestone down. And now it wants us to do a quarter one, which easy enough. Take some of these, drag them off
just
the
cut it
conveyor
again.
belt. But this time around, we can't just add a cutting thing because it
Oh,
won't
no?
cut anything. See, look at
Oh.
the picture. It's gonna make that, and it already looks like that. So instead of this thing, we gotta use this thing right here. The rotator. Rotates shapes 90 degrees clockwise. So we'll just add one of these.
Oh,
and
you
then
gotta
we'll add a
rotate
cutter,
it,
and
then
now it's
you
gonna
cut it.
rotate and cut it to make it just the way we need it. And then like all the others, we just send it back. And I guess I could actually connect it right here like that and give it its own dedicated way into the void. But I feel
But
like
we're not gonna
saving
do
for
that.
something special. So instead
Yeah.
we'll just add it to this one. And just
Why do we
make
need
the
to do that?
congestion even worse. And then 60 of these later, milestone
Why do I just have the strangest feeling that he's just gonna go pure spaghetti belt? I feel like he's gonna try to just put everything on one belt. That's my prediction for the end of this video. He's gonna put everything on one belt. I'm calling it now. Mark my words.
complete. Unlock a reward
It's gonna be very embarrassing when I am wrong about this.
in the milestones interface. Don't mind if I do. And here we are in the milestone section. All these shapes are the stuff we've already done. And now
Yeah.
let's unlock milestone 1. Oh, how lucky we are. New content, new tasks.
You
new
can sandwich
upgrades.
shapes
Oh,
on top
God,
of
look
each
at the
other?
shapes we have to
Oh,
make now.
Jesus.
My brain already hurts. I guess we'll start with
That's
this
a headache.
thing. A square and a circle. Well,
And you
it
need
can't be that hard,
240
right?
of
So for
those.
this, we're gonna need some of the circles, as well as over here, we're gonna need some of these squares.
Oh,
Here we
okay,
go.
we're
We'll
gonna
just
put it
pull
on the
that out like
inefficient
that.
line.
Although it doesn't feel like there's enough on this production line. Now,
Yeah.
then there's this steady stream of goodness right here. So here's how I'm gonna fix this little problem. I'm gonna connect these conveyor belts right here like this, so that half of them are being shoved over into this line, and then right behind it, I'm gonna start pulling half off that conveyor belt. That'll probably work out. And then I'll take these ones and route them back this way, making sure to also add one of these
okay,
jumpy
we're just gonna
things,
launch it
and then
over. That's how we
connect
get
this
it.
to the other thing. There we go, squares for days. I'm so excited
Whoop-
for this to
whoop-de-doo.
rapidly become a
Squares
logistical
makes the
nightmare.
circle.
Anyway, now we have our square stuff.
Wait, what? All these squares make a circle. Oh, I know that reference that you're making. Okay.
as well as our circle stuff. And now we
Great
just need
reference.
to figure out how to get these shapes to fall in love. Well, that's easy, because it's stacking time. Allow
Stack.
me to demonstrate. First, we'll send the square pieces in like this. Wait, no. Oh, no.
We
Looks like
can't
I
have that.
connected Both. I think it'll be fine anyway, because we're going to change how the circles work anyway, by raising them up a level. And now
Whoa.
when these little circle thingies arrive, they just reach this thing and get raised up. And then we can just head back over here to the stacker thingy, raise our view to the second floor, and then build our conveyor belt so it goes on the top. And now it gets to work building a thing. The first few that are coming out are going to be kind of the wrong thing, because we did a circle with a square thingy, not a circle and a circle thingy. But
Yeah.
that's okay. Eventually we see the right thing being made. See, there we go. A perfect square circle thingy.
I
And
like
now
how
this
it
machine will just
squishes it
keep
down
on
to
making them
size.
for eternity,
Squish.
with all of our beautiful
Squish.
shapes heading away. And while we're going to aim them over at the void, we can get over this conveyor belt here by raising to the second level, building over it like so, and then heading back down to the ground floor to connect it to the launchy thingy. Okay.
Again, I wonder if it takes supplies to build all this stuff, or is it just purely like a logistics puzzle?
In you go. We only need 240. Oh, and look
Only?
at this. You see that pin task? Look, there's the circle thingy I made. It turns out I do need to make them. It's just not a main milestone. Instead, if you head on up here to tasks, you've got side tasks to complete. A whole bunch of them, in fact. We're not even certified yet, and there's so many shapes we can do.
Oh,
well,
fun.
If that's the case, let's head back on over here to this. Drag some of these off, as well as on the second floor, grab some of these circle thingies too. And actually, how fancy can we get with this up and down conveyor belt system? Like, can I just take this thing and go like down and then over and then up and then over?
Oh,
and then down,
no. Oh, God.
Yes, you can. You can just send them up and down over and over forever. Well, then why wouldn't I? Actually, wait, this wider spot underneath is giving me an idea. Because do you see this conveyor belt in the back over here? Do you think I can thread it through one of these? It looks like I can't on this side because there's not enough clearance. But what about if I go on this side? Okay, there we go. Looks like you can go underneath. Can I weave these two conveyor belts together?
Sometimes I worry when his ideas work, because now he's just going to take it to its most logical extreme.
Hold, please, and let me give it a shot. And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. I mean, it's a little hard to tell what's going on because of all the things going up and then back down. But as you can see, it totally works. Circle things weaving up and down.
Oh, fun. He did this in Satisfactory, too.
All while crossing over with all the other things to create a nice big mishmash of unnecessary. Sure is pretty, though. And once it's done going through the entire weave, the circle pieces come out here. And then meanwhile, all the way on the other side is where the square pieces come out. Which I guess
great.
Kind of
That's fantastic.
because I needed them together. But that's actually perfect because it means this was even more unnecessary while I just build the things across and then ultimately have these two sides meet in the middle where they can join up with that stacker. So this time circles on bottom and square thingies on top. Okay, great. Oh, whoops, I got sidetracked. That's not even on our list of stuff to make.
It was supposed to be the circle.
No problem.
He got so busy making a weave of conveyor belts, he forgot he was supposed to be making a circle stacked on top of a circle.
Problem, easy fix. We're not even gonna dismantle this thing, because what if we end up needing it? We'll just split this thing off twice, one above and one below. There we go,
fun.
Problem solved. And you know what? Just in the off chance that we do need these ones for something, we'll just rope them into the conveyor belt that's heading on over to the void. When they fly in, maybe we'll find out they're good for something. Well, doesn't appear to be the case, actually. Whatever, I'm sure the Void loves free stuff. Who doesn't?
The Void would like it anyway.
Just these little corner pieces, which we're gonna use this conveyor belt right here, which is actually a mix of half pieces and whole pieces. But don't worry, I've got a solution for that. We're just gonna add a rotator, and then a cutter, and then another rotator, and then another cutter. That way, no matter what kind of piece it is, it's gonna get rotated. And cut,
fun.
And then rotated, and cut, and by the end, they're all gonna be the same, which actually, it turns out, eliminates some of them entirely. Hey, whatever. Works for me.
Okay, he's just wasting half.
Made, and that's what matters. See, it's working out just fine.
He does not care.
All the numbers are going up. So very quickly, too. No need for us to just sit here and wait for this to finish. We got other stuff we can prepare. We can see what we're gonna have to do next. So this thing is gonna have to go from whole to a half and then a quarter. And this quarter thing is gonna have to turn into a stacked quarter thing and then whatever this is.
Dude, imagine trying doing like a multiplayer thing with him, right? Because, like, I could just imagine being like, okay, well, I'll handle this stuff, all right? I'll leave this other thing to you, right? You could do that? He's like, yeah, all right, I could do that. You're like, all right, cool. I'm going to go get some more supplies, all right? So I'll meet you back later. You go off, mind your supplies, and then you come back. You're like, all right, cool. I got some supplies ready to do the stuff. And he's built a spider web of conveyor belts. Yeah. I feel like that's how that interaction will go.
So let's tackle these now. And at the same time, we can increase our efficiency. Look at all this stuff not moving very fast. It's just waiting for someone to come in here, use these resources to make yet another machine. And I don't actually know if it's faster, but we're gonna put the cutting machines on this side so that everything is getting nice and trimmed first, and then we'll be stacked together. Is this what it feels like to do homework ahead of time? This is a strange and scary new feeling for me. Oh good, and even when these half pieces get launched, it actually adds to the count of the thing that's not done yet. Well, thank goodness for that. Then we're just gonna set up these other things that make this stacked thing, make sure that's shoved into the production pool with everything
tiny
else.
Square?
I'm pretty much just looking at every belt, staring at these shapes, asking myself, can I make this with that? The answer is yes, so some of these shapes get pulled off the production line, and then I apply whatever needs to be done, so that when these two shapes are combined, it ends up looking a little something like this.
Oh, okay, that's how you make that with the stacker. Honestly, I was kind of just trying to think in my head, how would you make the two squares and the two corners in my head with just the cutters, but You need the stacker. That's what it is.
idea. I know this one is almost done, but I'm actually gonna erase this entry point so that these ones can finish delivering. And why don't we go ahead and just complete them backwards? Let's just deliver all these ones first.
Oh,
we don't even need to
fun.
do anything that fancy. We can just cut up these ones that are already here. There we go. Now just the corner pieces are going in. Before you know it, all these low numbers look a lot more like this. And now let's have these
How
ones
long
finished.
did you have to wait
There's
for those to get
1
finished?
and 2. Excellent. Straight on to milestone 2. Looks like
Whoop-de-doo.
we unlocked some blueprints. We thought you might need this. You can now
There's
copy and paste parts to
blueprints?
your factory, but not the messy ones, please. I mean, this isn't really messy, is it? Yet. And we
Yeah.
got these fun new tabs, which all look pretty easy to me. Oh, and I never went and cleared
That's
out this
cool, though,
pin
that they have
task.
blueprints.
Basically, it's gonna allow us to unlock a research point, which is good, because if we have enough research points, we can do fun upgrades, like making stuff like our belts go faster. And lets us efficiently do other
Oh.
stuff, like cutting and swapping and trashing and rotating and bending. Ooh, and labeling, and a third floor. Okay, well now we need this.
Oh,
Sorry,
we need the
milestone
third
3.
floor.
I gotta do all these pin tasks first. We gotta get us those research points. And that's what makes our factory go from looking like this to something more like this. I've
Holy
been busy
crap.
setting some stuff up, and it paid off because now every single one of these is done. I mean, for now. As we can
For
see,
now.
there's definitely gonna be more. But for now, let's go ahead and unlock and unlock and unlock, and so on and so forth. Yes, crawl up the side
Oh
of
my
screen.
goodness, all
Tell
the
me about
research
all
points.
The research I've unlocked. And there we go. Now we have 72 glorious research points.
Yummy.
Let's get some upgrades.
I do
Now,
love to
these all
jerk me
look
some
great, but
science.
obviously, the first thing we need to unlock is this third floor, allowing you to build on even
But that
more
costs
layers.
50.
Gee willikers.
That's
And
so
I think the
much.
next thing we need
Oh,
is
okay, well, never mind, the
labels,
next
which
is
we
four.
will use only appropriately. And all this other stuff is really practical, like being able to rotate the other direction or do a full 180. But I'd rather just upgrade my belts first. First to level 2, and then to level 3. And I guess that's it for now, since we don't have 20 more points. So for the remaining few we have, they're just going into cutting and stacking. Oh yeah, everything's so much more lively now.
Oh,
It's like
that's
all of a
pretty
sudden
quick.
All these shapes have somewhere to be. Oh, and in case you were wondering what kinds of machines I made, I mean, I can show you some of my work here, but honestly, I don't even know where to begin. There's no real method to my madness here. Basically, I know I need
It's
to do a
just-
shape
it's
like
just
this
do
one,
what you
and
need
I've
to
got
do
two
at a very
choices.
stupidly
Go back
high
to where
scale.
all the original squares are and start taking from this, or start looking around to see if I can find something that'll make
This man is the walking epitome of if it looks stupid and it works, it's not stupid. That's the idea that I'm getting from this.
the process shorter. Ah, yes, like these. These have 2 squares. This
Those
thing
do
has
have
2
two
squares.
squares.
This will be perfect. So you come
Oh.
with me. We're going on an adventure. And now for part 2, we're basically gonna look around and see if I can find something that'll help out. All while awkwardly dragging this entire conveyor belt with me. Until
Oh,
eventually
fun.
I find what I'm looking for. These things. Now we have all the pieces we need to make this thing. And
Uh-oh.
that's how shape babies are made. Now get on that conveyor belt and unlock some new milestones for us. In fact, let's mark that occasion. Yes, good. Oh yeah, it's
Good.
perfect.
Hey, that's what I say. I say good, yes.
The best possible use of the labeling system. And now while we wait for this milestone to finish, let's check out not the 2nd floor, but the 3rd floor. Oh my goodness, what a fresh canvas. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of curious. Can I just start dragging a conveyor belt out and then just keep dragging it out? You know, kind of into like a spiral thing. Like,
Oh,
will
no.
it ever be like, no, you have to let go of the button? Or is it just gonna let me do this all the way around the entire
Oh,
thing?
no.
Well, only one way to know for sure.
Okay, listen, I'm not gonna lie. This honestly tells me that there's no the belts and cutters and all the other things. They don't cost resources. This is just a pure logistics puzzle game. And you know what? I'm all here for it.
And the answer is yes. You can hold down the mouse and draw a conveyor belt over the entire thing. Sure,
Okay.
it's pretty too. I hope it's just as pretty when it actually builds. Oh, that doesn't feel very pretty. It's so sandy colored. Well, no problem. We'll just go down a floor. Oh no. Well, I guess this is our factory now. Most of the inner workings hidden from us. It's kind of like the whole thing is a CPU core now. And I was about to say, like,
Honestly,
I
yeah,
kind of
looks like
deal
it.
with staring at this the entire time and trying to navigate everything just looking through these belts. And I realized I don't need to worry about that because on the far side over here, we can toggle floor visibility. Toggles the
Oh,
visibility of structures above the current
no.
floor. Let's give it a shot. Ah, much better. Thank goodness we can see
Uh-oh.
again. I also only now realize the milestones are trying to teach you stuff. Like, hey, look, you're gonna build this thing and it's just gonna go on top of this square. But then we need you to make this thing, and then you're gonna add that thing onto the top of this thing to make this mangled looking thing.
Fun.
What a beaut. The good news, by the way, is if ever I actually do want to get this thing out of the way, you can just select the whole thing and then go to save blueprint. Abomination.
Oh,
And then if
you
ever
can
I
have it
can't
saved as a
actually take it
blueprint.
anymore and I
Oh,
need to delete it
no.
for a second, I can always just drop it back in anytime I want. I also don't know if
Fun.
you're supposed to or not, but do you see these little symbols next to these things being launched into the void? You'll notice that most of them are a bunch of X's, and then occasionally a green check mark, which I'm pretty sure the X means we don't need to be delivering that, and the green means we do. So I could probably stop building this stuff, but I'd rather just keep building it for fun. Why delete anything when I can just keep adding on to it? That's how
I
you
know,
make a
right?
factory beautiful and hideous.
Let it be a
before
beautiful
you know it,
amalgamation.
everything's done. And now it's time to unlock, oh my god, a whole bunch of stuff. Well, let's
Space
see.
platforms?
Space platforms. You may now build space platforms and foundations to expand in the universe. For those ones, though, we've added a platform limit. I mean, we're not insane, right? I'll be the judge of that. And now we've got all this stuff.
Added a
like
platform
space
limit. Oh,
platforms
good
and
God.
space belts and space belt tunnel entrances and all kinds of other stuff. And as a reward, we get 500 squares. I don't know what
yummy.
that
I like
means yet.
squares.
Most importantly, do you know what this means? We're operator certified.
Oh,
As the
no.
proud owner of the certification, you can start working
It's like a forklift certification, bro. He's gonna ascend and become a higher being, far beyond our comprehension. I mean, to be fair, this guy probably already is far beyond our comprehension because I can't even fathom how his mind works.
on a real factory.
With the amalgamations that he likes to
and
make
earn
in
us
these
some
games.
shapes. And now it's time to choose what kind of factory we want. Well, I think it's safe to say we're gonna go with factory normal, because these I can conceptualize. These
Yeah.
hard shapes. What the hell are these? I couldn't even freehand draw these. Factory normal it is. Okay, milestone 4 looks like, well, what's this? These look normal, except they're blue and red. Where do I get blue and red? Oh, maybe I need to keep zooming out. A little bit more, little bit more, little bit more. Oh, I think I get it now. I think I get how big this game actually is. And it would appear there is a lot to do. Well,
I wasn't aware that the game was infinite. At least from what I'm seeing, it looks infinite. Oh, good God. And you have to funnel everything back into that void? Huh. Okay.
shall we continue? Although I'm not really sure what the first thing is that I need to do. I gotta figure out where to find red and blue stuff. I mean, this looks pretty red. Can we help
That's
ourselves
red.
to some space jello? But then I noticed this over in the background. Wait a minute, this one has shapes on it. And wait a minute, so does this one. Wait a minute, there's shapes all around. Look, there's a
Oh, hey,
blue
there's the-
one
there's-
and a red
there's
one.
red circles that we
okay,
need.
I get it. I just noticed we have an entirely new category of stuff. Before we were over here in shape processing, but now we've moved on to platforms. Oh, here's all those things, like the shape miner and space belts. And I bet this thing is like the equivalent of the extractor. Let's give it a shot and find out. Oh, yep, there we go. Now we can just see it sitting on that piece, mining that shape. I just realized that I'm connecting the dots, that this is what our base was already doing. I've been sitting here mining these circles, not realizing that the mining's been happening underneath them all this time. Well, then wait, what are these things behind it? I thought they were decoration. Nope, they're shape miner extensions. Increases the throughput of a shape miner. And having these three things connected to it is the reason that we have not 1, 2, 3, but 4 groups to mine from. Opposed to this one over here, which as you can see, only has the one. And we can make
so
our
if you
own shape
connect to
miner
more-
extension things.
Ah,
See, there we go.
okay.
They're all open now. Wait, what if I just add another one? Can I do that? Oh, okay, another one just closes up. Well, just for now
Okay,
to save
it
on
just stops
platform
it.
units, I'm gonna not have any of these, and instead we're just gonna work with what we got. And I'm gonna
Oh, there's a
allow these
limited
things
number of
to all get
platform
their
units?
own conveyor belt. What posh royalty for them? Besides, we still need to figure out how to get them to our base, which I'm gonna assume is what these foundations are for. Yep, that does appear to be the case. Cost 2 to make and allows us to build them all the way over to our thingamabob. Wait, can I remove the ones under my base? Aw, well, it was worth a shot. Okay, now we
I mean, to be fair, if you could try to remove the ones under your base, then, well, I guess that would just ruin the game, I guess. But I feel like the void itself needs a very sturdy platform. If you can get rid of that, well, then there's no void.
We have a way to send everything back. And thank goodness we have so much real estate for screwing around. Now I don't have to care about this ugly thing. Anything that needs to go
The
to the
void
void, I'll
craves
just connect to
nibbles.
this
That it
conveyor belt,
does.
and it'll eventually make its way to the middle. Okay, so naturally these are gonna need a little work. After all, that shape does not represent this shape. Luckily,
Oh, it
it's
does
gonna
not.
require just one cut. And now everything's right as rain.
Slice,
Hang on, before we send these
slice.
back, are we still doing too much work? Like, is it possible out here we can find something that'll match this shape? And then I won't have to cut anything at all? Well, let's look around and see. Surely the right shape is out here somewhere, right? Come on, half red circle thing. You gotta be here somewhere. Aha! There it is. And it appears to be in
Oh no, he's gonna mine just the half red circle and bring it all the way back. But I thought the platforms costed something. No?
sector -5, -D.
Negative
Well, in that
5,
case,
negative D.
No problem. If this is us here, all we would need to do is drag them all the way back over here. to
That's a
0A.
lot.
Okay, it's settled. This is our new goal. We're gonna try to mine this spot right here. All we need to do is start taking foundations and making a path all the way home. Yep.
What if we
Still
threw this
going.
white
Oh
ball
yeah, I have
into
a
the
really good
void?
feel.
Lucalu for Uppy, what do you think would happen?
I feel like the void only requires shapes, you know? And if the void got a waifu, I don't know if the void would be angry. I probably wouldn't be angry. Maybe it's fine. Experimentation, we'll allow it.
Feeling about this. Look how much distance we're already covering. I mean, look, we're already halfway through -4, -C. I feel like nothing can stop us now. Oh, except for maybe running out of platform units. Because we've already used 500 of our 500 allotted. But you can increase the amount via research. Oh boy, look, more tasks to do. Wait a minute,
yummy.
I'm overthinking this. I've got another idea on how to handle this. Back over here with the stuff I need to extract. What if I put a shape miner down, start extracting all those resources, and send them over on the conveyor belt, where they will happily jump from this side over to this side where a big surprise awaits. That's kind of a spiral thing where it's going to collect a whole bunch of these things.
Okay, all right. It's going to go up.
Here.
There it is.
It goes up to a second floor where now the spiral goes the opposite direction.
Okay, bye,
which,
Hoyle.
once it's done expanding out, we're still not done. We have a third
It goes
story, don't
to a
forget. And
third.
that's where it goes
Okay,
to the next belt. And then once it reaches the end
Oh,
of this,
fun.
oh dear, where are they going now? Oh, you know, just another platform where it collects them all and does it all again.
How much time does he spend doing this, I wonder? Like, because there's no conceivable way where he does this in a timely fashion, right? So it probably takes forever.
And then once it's filled top to bottom, I think you know what's about to happen. And
Oh,
it'll
fun.
just keep going and going and...
Now, granted, he can save these as blueprints, right? And just copy and paste them. But he'd still have to make it for the first time in order to copy the blueprint.
and going. Now you might be wondering, why go through all this hassle? Why make all these conveyor belts? Well, because I want each one of these foundation pieces to be holding on to as many of these as possible. And this game does give us some fun stats. Like if we just highlight this whole stack, it'll tell us that there's 583 buildings, of which 581 are conveyor belts, and then each one of these launchy thingies. And I believe when we click on an individual piece, I think it's basically saying that there's 2 of these on the belt at any given time. So I guess that means for this entire stack, if there's 581 belts,
you times it by 2, so there's over 1,000.
1,162 shapes on this one foundation.
I can't do the math that fast, but yeah, there's over 1,000.
As well as some extras just in case. And so basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill up as many of these foundations as we can. And then once they're all filled up, that's when we head all the way back, gaze upon where it all began one more time, and then highlight and delete. Now that we've got these, it's time to head all the way back to the front of it, add a new foundation, wait for this one.
I just figured out what he was going to do. Yeah, when he got rid of that one, I figured out. No, he's going to get rid of the last one and then put in a new one. Then wait for all that to go move up. Then get rid of the last one again that's now empty, and he's going
to fill all the way
again.
Up,
how long is this going to take him?
This one is pretty much empty. Say goodbye, and then back to the front, and so on and so forth. And that's how we're going to get all these little pieces back to our base when we don't have enough platform units to connect the two. So hold, please, while we get this little caravan.
How long is that going to take? So many hours later. Okay, well, there's my answer. And there's an ad. All right, yeah, no, that's cool. That's great. That's fantastic, actually.
Okay, it's just about done. We've managed to take this caravan across the galaxy. And if you look all the way to the right, look over there, there's my base.
There it
And
is,
if you
there's
look all
home.
the way over to the left, there's our caravan. I feel like I was doing this for an eternity. Oh, but it was worth it. All of that so we didn't have to use the imperfections of this thing. Anyway,
Brother.
we've come this far. And I'm feeling a little bit lazy, so we're gonna take it the rest of the way with one single belt that just goes across all of these and then makes an abrupt
I thought he ran out of the
turn, and
500
then
unless
down
he
this
got-
way,
unless he
up
didn't
two
make a full
flights,
500.
and then straight onto this thing. And now it has no
Okay.
choice but to make its way to the void. Why, look, here they come now. They're gonna be here
Whoop-de-doodly-doo.
any second. Yes, any second. They just have to travel a few foundations. See,
Just a
there
couple.
it is.
Not-
That
not too
didn't
many.
take
Just a
very
couple.
long. And let's get ready for... Oh. Uh-oh. Wait, what's happening? Don't you want to go on the belt? What are you waiting for? Everything's connected like it should be. What in tarnation is happening here? Okay, so
Hello?
I've spent a little time deconstructing and rebuilding my giant conveyor belt, and I've been slowly adding one belt at a time, and I think we may have accidentally discovered a limit. Right now, this is as far as the conveyor belt goes. As you can see, it doesn't go all the way to the center. And as
Nope.
you can also see, the shapes are coming through just fine. But if we head back on over here, and we start adding a couple more belts, watch what happens. We started to get some weird graphical issues.
Uh-oh.
That's not all, though. At the very end of the belt, one mysterious shape appears. But
Oh.
also this new behavior. Huh. Looks
Oh,
like these things start floating on the
great.
conveyor belt, and then they jump over, and then they just give up. And it just does this over and over and over again. And
Oh,
we
well,
do have
that's
a small
fun.
line of them still making their way on the conveyor belt. But if we keep adding more belts, eventually something happens.
The game stops.
They just
Oh, okay.
disappear
They all
entirely,
just
And
disappear.
no amount of me building back the conveyor belt seems to change anything. But if I erase the parts that I made, eventually when we go far enough back, stuff starts flowing again. I think you can see the solution that's about to happen, right? This might be as long as the belt can go without glitching out. And I can't think of anything more fitting for this than to have to let this part of the conveyor belt fill up. And then once it reaches as far as it can go, we'll just go all the way back to where it starts, highlight and delete some of the existing conveyor belt, go back down here, add some more back to the end.
Brother.
And eventually we'll get there. And no, I can't just go across and deliver it straight away. We have our
Please.
principles to think about. Besides,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the void will know.
Yes, it's true. I will know. So
Okay.
No cheating.
Okay, geez.
All
I
right,
wasn't
all
planning on
right.
it anyway. Besides, it's about the journey, not the destination. I mean, until we get to the destination. Then this most certainly is the point. Well,
Yeah.
I have a good feeling about this. We haven't even gone one full revolution around the belt, and we're already past 200 out of 1200. Oh yeah, we definitely had enough. And
This
with
man
a
is
whole
insane.
bunch to spare. You can have those. Consider them a tip for a job well done.
This
Well,
man
that
is
was
insane.
easy. Yes, that's what I'm gonna call this whole process of dragging these things across the galaxy. But enough about that. We have a new target. The full circle.
The
bread.
full circle?
Well, you know what we have to do.
No,
Locate it
no,
across the
no, don't
galaxy
do-
and bring
okay,
it
he's-
back.
he's gonna-
I don't know
yeah,
how far
alright.
The galaxy goes, but it's really, really far. Oh, there
Is
we go.
this
Found
actually
it in
infin-
quadrant 1.
This is actually just infinite. The game's actually just infinite. Okay. Oh, all right.
7 negative BC. Don't worry, that's only painfully far from us.
Yeah.
Time to get
Not even painfully far. That feels like it's farther than the half circle that you needed.
started. After all, it's going to be a long journey home, and I don't think our bodies like being out this far. Judging by how everything is getting kind of jittery looking out here. Apparently, the human body was not designed for such stress. I want to thank Stallcraft X again for sponsoring this video. If you want to play it for free right now, check out my linky in the description below. And something tells me we may see this game again, because there's a lot of stuff we still haven't gotten to, including one that always interests me. So I hope you had fun. I know I did, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, well, I thank you for that. All right, that's just
To the people on the internet.
Bricky, not right now. Bricky, buddy, I love you. Okay, but we can't have this right now. Okay, I'm sorry. No, Let's Game It Out is an insane man. Again, I have no idea how the inner imaginations of his mind work. But be sure to go support the video, go drop it a like, because that was great. That was very entertaining. It seems like he has far more power than the game can actually handle, and it really was looking like it was breaking. I genuinely believe the game itself is actually just infinite, and if you get far enough, then well, it just breaks, it just shatters. So but yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it. All right. Alrighty, so that was Let's Game It Out, and yeah, no, it's safe to say that I wasn't disappointed by the crazy shenanigans that he was capable of getting up to. Honestly, wasn't expecting him to actually just break the graphics engine by just going out so far, but in reality, yeah, it just kind of makes sense, you know? The game can only load in so much for it to be perfect, and then it'll just eventually just start breaking down. But that's honestly par for the course, because, like, what game hasn't he broke down? Let's be honest, right? Oh, but man, once more, if you guys like this, please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll click on that bell notification, and I'll see you guys in the next video, all right? Bye-bye.